سلام، خوش اومدید به یه ویدیو دیگه از کانال من یعنی گیمر. خب امروز قصد داریم یه ویدیوی کاملا متفاوت رو با هم داشته باشیم که قرار توش یه ریاکت بریم به استریمرها و گیمرهای خارجی که قرار تو این ویدیو به ما بگن که چه بازیایی اونها رو ناامید کرد و کلا یه جورایی دیگه خوششون نیومد از بازی. ولی خب اینجور که اینجا نوشته میگه دیسپوینتینگ، یعنی ناامیدشون کرد، یعنی خوششون میومد ولی خب وقتی که عرضه شد نتونست اونقدر راضیشون کنه. شاید به هر حال بریم این ویدیو رو ببینیم، جالب میتونه باشه. حتما تا انتهای ویدیو همراه من باشید. یادتون نره همین اولم یه لایک بزنید.
What is a game that disappointed you the most?
What is the game that disappointed you the most?
Anything Supermassive Games has brought out has been awful.
Anthem. It was Iron Man.
Anthem.
They promised us Iron Man, and we got it for a little bit, and it was good, and it was great. The gameplay to this day is still good. It's still amazing. But the 10-year game that they promised, the support that they were supposed to follow up with it, never existed.
What game disappointed me the most?
Ooh,
This is gonna be a bit controversial.
What is the game that disappointed you the most? Funny.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna say Serious Sam 4. Like, I was definitely hyped for that game, and when it came out, nobody liked it. The graphics weren't the same. It got that cyberpunk treatment.
Persona 5 Royal.
Persona 5
Warfare.
See?
Say no more on that.
Star Fox Zero on the Wii U is disappointing. It just isn't like other Star Foxes. The new additions like the gyroing drone,
ولی
the
چون
walker mode for
موضوع
the
سر
armor,
اینه
didn't
که
do anything for me.
راجبش
Black Ops Cold War.
Call of Duty Black Ops
of all the games from Origins onwards, it feels like it's the one that deviates the most from the series. It's got very clunky movement and combat, and it just feels very slow. The plot wasn't as great. There's just too much for civilization stuff.
The game that disappointed me the absolute most was actually earlier this year, and that was NASCAR Ignition 21. The hype videos showed off footage in Unreal Engine 4, and they said our Factor 2 is going to be underlying physics engine, and I spent more time downloading it than playing it. When I did get into the game, it handled pretty poorly. There were bugs galore.
Pokemon Sword and Shield kind of disappointed me. They got rid of a lot of the features that I had enjoyed throughout the years. A lot of the Pokemon that I was a big fan of. One thing I really liked about Pokemon, the generational aspect of it, where you could take Pokemon from game to game. Anytime you got a new Pokemon, you could be rest assured that you could take it to whatever game you would move on to next. And them removing that was kind of a disappointment to me.
I know For Honor did not release very well. Like, the servers were broken. It was so hard to join. Literally almost any game.
If you don't have any expectations, you won't be disappointed.
The only game I can say I've really been disappointed in, Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm just not having the level of fun that I expect.
Supermassive Games brought out Until Dawn. I really liked Until Dawn. It reminded me of like Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls. They have been just sniffing their farts lately. Man of Medan, Little Hope, House of Ashes, so bad. Just so bad. I don't know how they lost the magic of Until Dawn, but these games suck. And then I just played The Quarry, and good God, what a pile of horse. Add some variety in so that these QuickTime events aren't so dog shit.
The game that disappointed me the most was the Cyberpunk 2077.
Cyberpunk 2077.
Luckiest game ever made in the longest time ever made.
The Last of Us Part 2. Killing off the main character of the first game was just so infuriating. Didn't finish the game. I wanted to stop right there. They don't give you any time to see his character development until later in the game. And they try to make you sympathize with his murderer.
Probably Resident Evil 6. I am a huge fan of the Resident Evil series. I even have Umbrella Corp tattooed on my elbow. The build up to that point, Resident Evil 5, 4, they were unbelievable. 6 just, it felt like it just fell flat.
Ghostwire Tokyo. We know the developer of the game, they created even within 1 and 2, and it was like superb. I really enjoyed those games. But when this one came out, I have certain expectation that okay, it's gonna be this good, but some certain things like the storyline is just not enough. The varieties of the enemy that you get to meet in the game, it was not enough for me.
I'm gonna go out and say Outer Worlds. It's good for what it would have been in the time. It's just not my cup of tea.
Emily wants to play too. I had no expectations for this game, and I was still wildly disappointed by it.
The game that disappointed me the most is probably Battlefield 2042.
The biggest disappointment was Battlefield 2042.
You never know when the next bug is going to hit you.
Definitely the newest Battlefield game.
Just speaks to the world. That was just so disappointing.
I was very excited about Battlefield 2042.
I was incredibly hyped for it. I praised it up and down before release. I had strong faith in it.
I was all hyping, like, this is gonna be like Battlefield 4, man. This is gonna be a Battlefield 4 all over again. It's like those skyscraper pulling down, badass action. It's gonna be new all of this time, but that didn't happen.
I ignored all the warning signs and hype train was incredibly high, and I was just devastated.
Battlefield 2042. It was
هم دارم میگم Battlefield 2042.
Cyberpunk and Battlefield 2042.
That must be Escape from Monkey Island, because they kind of butchered the game, the whole sense of humor in it. They removed some things like sword fighting and other things that used to be fun in the game.
DMC, the reboot, Devil May Cry's
Devil May
reboot.
Cry آره این راجع به شخصیتاش کلا همه اعصابشون خورد شد. DMC بازی حرفه‌ای هم داریم کلا DMC فنای حرفه‌ای هم
of the way they handled Dante's looks. We're used to having him as someone who's charismatic, pretentious, but for good reason, and then we get a young, vulgar protagonist, which isn't his MO.
I would say Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Every time there's a new Dragon Ball announced, I'm like super hyped. And they usually like build it up a lot.
Dragon Ball.
It was a bit of a mess. The fighting sequences, the story, like everything was a bit weird. Dragon Ball FighterZ is great. I think it lacks a bit the anime kind of vibe of the Budokai saga. And the second one would be Destiny. Super repetitive. It felt like there was no clear goal on what the game was.
With the games that I didn't enjoy and I was quite disappointed, to be honest, is FIFA 22.
Legion just wasn't it, along with it being even worse at launch on the PC at least than the first one.
The one game I was disappointed the most about has to be Far Cry 5. They changed so much from the originals that it just didn't feel like a Far Cry game anymore.
I've been always honestly buying games years after the release, usually because I've seen them somewhere on YouTube.
I played was Borderlands 2. And I enjoyed it so much. I got so addicted, and so I wanted to like check out what the first Borderlands was. I played it and it sucked so bad.
دیگه بوردرلند 2 رو بازی کردم، خیلی حال کردم باش، رفتم سراغ بوردرلند 1. نه یه از این اتفاقات ممکنه. حالا من خودم نظرم این نیست ولی دیوس اکس هیومن ریولوشن
that would be the Stomping Land was early access on Steam.
واقعا از این
game that disappointed me the most was Fallout 76 because you know I was looking forward to it. I thought it'd be really good.
I played Necromanta Hired Gun. I bought it expecting to just play some brutal boomer shooter game, etc. Even then I left disappointed because what I met is barely playable, untested, unbalanced, basically unthoughtful game filled with unnecessary RPG mechanics.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the one that came in 2019.
For me, it was probably Cyberpunk. I thought the story was fine, the acting was pretty good, the gameplay was fun, but overall it didn't live up to my expectations. And I got really hyped for it.
And it has been the only game that I've refunded after 20 minutes. It was just an atrocious game that I never want to see again.
تمام شد. ویدیو از کانال گیمولوژی بود، داره اسامی افرادی که تو این ویدیو بودن رو احتمالا مینویسه. راجبش صحبت کنیم. خب ویدیو رو دیدیم و نقطه نظرهای کاربرها رو شنیدیم. خب گیمرهای خارجی بودن، قطعا در گیمرهای ایرانی میتونه متفاوت باشه، ولی این به هر حال ویدیویی بود که در کانال یوتیوب گیمولوژی فکر کنم لینکشو میذارم این زیر اگر دوست داشتید خودتون برید ببینید. و چیزایی که زیاد شنیدیم ازش خب سایبرپانک بود که انتظار میرفت، بتلفیلد 2042 بود که بازم انتظار میرفت، ولی بازیایی که اصلا انتظار نداشت. البته باز مثلا میخوام بگم لاست اف اس 2 بازم میگم انتظار داشتم حداقل همون یه نفر بیاد و بگه، چون به هر حال بازی بوده که خب خیلی طرفدارش بودن ازش ایراد گرفتن، نه اینکه صرفا بر اولین بار اومده و خوشش نیومد یه نفر. و خب دلیلش همون اتفاقاتی بود که سویچ شدنه، شما ابی میشی الی میشی، حالا اسپویل دارم میکنم، ولی نقطه آخر اون تصمیم نهایی خیلی ها رو عصبی میکنه، نمیدونم چرا ولی این اتفاق میفته. و نظر خود من اینه که اصلا لاست آف اس پارت 2 برای من ناامید کننده نبود. بین این بازیایی که گفته شده خب آره سایبرپانک رو میتونم بگم چون بازی بود که خیلی براش تبلیغ شده بود ولی نتونست اونقدر خوب بیاد و ارائه بشه. بتلفیلد 2042 بود چون باگ های وحشتناکی داشت. فال‌آوت 76 بازی بود که راجبش صحبت هم کردم خیلی بارها که یکی از واقعا ناامید کننده ترین بازی ها بود. باگ های وحشتناک، گلیچ های عجیب و غریب، میگم یه جاهایی توی نمیدونم کدوم ویدیو بود، حالا لینکش میذارم این بالا، توضیح دادم که اصلا انیمیشن حرکتی یک بازیکن کامل نابود میشه و خب ناامید کننده است دیگه. تجربت خیلی تاثیر میذاره و نقطه نظرهاشون رو شنیدیم. اما شما بیاین و توی کامنتا بهم بگید که شما چقدر باهاشون موافق بودید، چقدر باهاشون مخالف بودیم و بازی که شما رو بیشتر از همه ناامید کرد حتما توی کامنتا برام بنویسید. چه بازی ناامید کننده، چه بازی که خوشتون نمیاد، که ببینم شما نظراتتون چیه. اما مرسی که این ویدیو رو تماشا کردید. بازم میگم لینک چنل و لینک این ویدیو رو توی دیسکریپشن میذارم و میتونید که برید و اصل ویدیو رو هم ببینید. مرسی که من رو توی این ویدیو همراهی کردید. امیدوارم روز خوبی رو داشته باشید. لایک، کامنت، سابسکرایب رو فراموش نکنید و تا یه ویدیو دیگه مرسی از نگاهتون و خدا نگهدار.